Welcome, Deandra.
Oh, thanks.
How are you?
Awesome. I'm
Here we are.
excited for the finals
I
here.
know, in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes,
Here
in the basement of Sam's
in the basement at Sam's Town, we have the Elite Tour, the Elite Youth Tour finals happening right now. The under 15 boys, under 20 boys, and under 20 girls here in front of us, and it's the format is an eliminator format. Low game on the pair falls out. And in 3 games, we're going to see a champion. You excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. So how did they bowl up until this point? So they bowled 5 games of qualifying. We cut to the top half.
That's right.
They bowled 3 more, and then we cut to the top 4 in each division.
Exactly, and it's been an absolutely brutal qualifying,
Well,
I can tell you that right now.
It is interesting. It's on the WTBA pattern Athens, and I'm out here bowling the Team USA trials right now. We bowled on Athens the first day.
Right.
And it was challenging, but I've heard from other bowlers that are bowling this tournament, it was totally different than the Athens that we bowled on at the Team USA trials. And that is a really good point because the friction here in the front of the lane at Sam's Town is crazy compared to Sunset Station where we bowled the team trials.
And there's also been a really, really big out of bounds on this pattern as well. So, the players have got a lot of early hook at the front. They've got a lot of out of bounds to the outside part of the lane. It's been really tricky for some of these kids to line themselves up, knowing that any miss to the right seems to be a washout or a 210 combination, and any miss to the left, there's just no hole.
So for sure, the secret is to leave stuff you can pick up because
exactly.
You're not going to see a lot of 250s on this pattern, but if you can keep it together and leave pins together and get your spares, you're going to keep advancing to the next round.
Exactly. Now let's have a look at Zach here on lane 11 in the under 20 boys, first frame out. Have you seen much of Zach before?
Yeah, Zach is actually on the Junior Team USA. He's a phenomenal youth bowler, and he actually just got his junior gold spot at our tournament today. And so I just told him, can we be responsible for when you make Junior Team USA? Because he won his spot at our tournament.
Right.
And he said he'll give us a shout out.
That's awesome. Well, he's not going to be doing much shouting out right now with the 4-6-7 split standing in front of him, and he's opted to go for the optional short approach there on his first ball.
He can hear you, right?
Yeah, well...
I know it's hard because they're right in front of us.
But he's gone for the optional short start off. Didn't quite work on that frame, but obviously it's because he's going to have to get left on the right lane. Doesn't like the ball return.
Yeah.
Wants to get away from that ball return. I know how he feels. Happens to me every day.
Oh, boy. It just looks like their balls at the end of the pattern pick up speed.
It would appear so, but I can assure you they don't pick up speed.
I know, but it looks like it because it's just really flying off the break point. You saw on lane 14, you see Caitlin Mayhall. Caitlin actually bowls for Weber, and they just won nationals last year at the Intercollegiate National Championships.
And here she is in the second frame, looking to spare the dreaded 6-7-10.
I was surprised she wasn't out here bowling the team trials because she's bowled the last couple of years, but she just decided with school it was harder for her to get out here. But she came out to root on some of her friends, and her dad said, hey, the Elite Youth Tour's out here, I think you should bowl it. So she's going for her first UIT title.
Right. Let's cross over down there now to the under 15 boys. In the second frame, we have on the left lane Greg Adler. And Greg, where's he from, Dean?
He's from California, Newberry Park. So he came a little ways to see us, which is awesome.
Greg says that his favorite bowler is Belmonte, but I'm not sure if he's referring to my dad, my mum, Hugo, Aria, Kimberly.
Probably Kimberly.
Could even be my sister, Rebecca. We're going to have to find out which Belmonte.
I'm sure it's you, Jace.
It better be. Yeah, out of that list, it better be me.
His favorite quote, he said, is, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And that's by Wayne Gretzky. That's a really good way to look at things. So he's a risk taker.
He's a bit of a risk taker. I've seen him bowl today. He's certainly one to look out for in the future as well. Great game. He needs to work on his spare shooting though. He'll be the first one to tell you that. He certainly needs to work on that part of his game. But other than that, looking really good. So we're basically across the board now, finishing the second frame. Let's watch champion of the EYT in Iowa, Brandon.
15 and under division. Now
Brandon
he's bumped
Biondo.
up.
He's bumped up in the third frame, working on a double. playing
Can
well
you
outside
believe-
part of the
I
lane.
mean, seriously, he's 15.
And high flush there for a turkey.
Unbelievable. And he comes from a good breed of very good bowlers in his family. Vince Biondo and Joey Biondo, his mom, they actually made Team USA back in the day. When I was about 12, that's when I met them. And they were just dating. And then they met on Team USA, and then they ended up getting married.
Oh.
And I think it's really, really sweet that...
That is sweet.
But no, I'm going to tell you what else is sweet.
Oh, okay, tell me.
Brandon says his favorite bowler are Vince and Joey Biondo, and I think that's pretty awesome because I really hope that Madden one day puts me on his form to fill out of.
Well, he's certainly not going to put his dad on that list, I can tell you that.
That's not nice. He can't defend himself.
So
Russ Olivet also bowled one of our EYT events, and he's back for more. I find it interesting that he's bowling the team trials. And he does it, and so is Brandon. They both are a couple, and so is Zach. And they came out here. We're bowling a lot of games at Sunset Station, and they woke up and bowled their squad at 8 a.m. this morning. And they wanted more after their squad was done around 12:31. They came over and bowled our event. It's pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah, and I was talking to the guys about that, and one of the things that I loved about talking with the guys, especially even Bobby Phillips, who was over there as well. To them, this is all about gaining experience, bowling the team trials, bowling events like this. I asked them what they thought of the pattern, and they loved that the pattern was really tough here. It seems like this generation of bowler is certainly one of those generations that is serious about their games. They don't want to bowl on their house shots too often.
Well, that's good because we're never going to put a house shot out
We are
at our
never going to
tournament.
do that, no. And, just talking and listening to both them and the families behind them, they just seem like a really driven generation. They want to get better.
Yeah.
They're looking for big tournaments.
And they know that a challenging lane pattern is the first step to getting to be a better bowler. If you watch Bobby Phillips, it's interesting. I'm just going for a double right here, and he gets it. His favorite bowler is Mike Fagan, and you can kind of see elements in his game that resemble Mike Fagan.
The long loopy arm swing for sure, and the ridiculous haircut. Brandon Biondo with a
Staying out of
crossover
trouble.
5
I mean,
pin.
that's the keys. When you don't, when it's not really online, to leave something that you can make.
So let's check out lane 10 right now. We've got Joe on a 4-bagger. Actually, now he's a 4-bagger with that crossover, and
Joe's 13. By the
Joe
way.
is 13. He throws the ball fantastic.
Of course, his favorite bowler is you. Is that why we're talking about him?
Well, I told them all to be extremely honest if I was their favourite bowler, and if they wasn't, I told them to lie.
Zach getting lucky on lane 12.
Zach, splitting the pins up, getting that pin to come across to take out the 3-6. But, one of the things I love about this Elite Youth Tour is the way that we have created these divisions, the under-15 divisions. We didn't get enough entries with the girls this year.
But I think we're just building, and I think there's a lot of young bowlers that don't even know that we really exist.
And we are growing, that's
this
for
is
sure.
one of our first events. This is like event number 4, I think. So we're learning a lot as we go too. We want to make this the most professional tournament that there is for youth bowlers. And I have to give credit to other youth tours because we've kind of reached out to them. Leanne Holzenberg, who runs the tour in California, and Jeff Hemer, who runs the JBT in this Southwest region. They were really happy to help us with our event out here, and I really appreciate that. And anything that we can do to help them, of course, we would. I think the more tournaments out there for kids, the better. And I really don't feel like there's any competition with other youth tours.
I completely agree with you. It's all about bettering the sport. It's all about giving these kids an opportunity to bowl. And if we could all hold hands and work together,
everybody wins.
Everybody wins. I completely agree. Let's have a look here at. We're going to have a look at who we're going to see here.
Caitlin.
We're going to see Caitlin Scott here on the left lane in the 4th frame, leaving a flattish 5-pin.
Lots of 5 pins, a lot of crossover 5s. But you know what? On this pattern, we didn't rerun the lanes, so they're bowling on 8 games worth of bowling on WTBA pattern Athens. And if you're only leaving a 5-pin, I would just pick it up and focus on your next frame.
a little bit about Caitlin. She's 18 years old. She's from Las Vegas, just down the road.
We're
she
in
says
Las
here,
Vegas.
That's right, just down the road. Just down the road. She lives just down the road. The thing that I love about this is her favorite quote: "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," and that is a true testament to this pattern. If you can get through Athens at Samstown, you can get through pretty much anything. And the other thing I love about it is she says that her favorite bowler is Kelly Kulik, and I think it's great that we have people like Kelly and yourself who are just doing so well. You've had an awesome year the last 12 months yourself, and it's without girls like you to have for these youngsters to aspire to.
Yeah,
I feel like women's bowling, really owes a lot to its Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel fortunate to be in the position that I am and to be able to be a role model and inspire these young girls, because they really, we don't have a women's tour, so what do they have to aspire to be, and for them to still be inspired by what we're doing, whether it's for them to go on to be better bowlers or just, just to how to conduct yourself as a professional athlete. I take that very seriously, and I'm so glad that I am able to be that for them.
Yeah. So we're coming down the back half of the game. Some concentration falling out of some of the players.
So the lowest scorers dropped out.
That's correct, yeah. So we're seeing a few missed spares now. It's getting a little bit more crunch time.
Zach,
Kids are probably looking up at the scores a little bit more, seeing what position they're in, realising that it's not as easy as they probably hoped it to be.
What I feel, Zach just went for his double on lane 11, and definitely what Zach has going for him is ball speed. He really gets he's not a very big guy, but he gets the ball down there pretty easily.
Yeah, he has good rotation and ball speed all at the same time. It really allows for him to play in a part of the lane where not many of the other boys are going to be able to get there.
Yeah.
Especially with Brandon. There he is in the 6th frame, throwing a great strike.
These guys definitely aren't letting up. They're pretty close.
The one thing I do think is definitely in Brandon's favour here is he has a great look, and he's going to be out there all on his own, so no one's going to really play with his line, and hopefully,
or his mind.
And hopefully he can keep that reaction for a little longer. We have down there the end on lane number 10. We have Nicholas Polak, and he certainly is one guy, who wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah, you can tell how much he wants it. His favorite bowler is Norm Duke. His goal in bowling, get this, it's a big one, it's a lofty one, to be the PBA Player of the Year.
And why not? Why not aspire to dreams like that? I was a
that's
kid
what
in Orange, New South Wales, and why not?
This is where it starts, right here.
Exactly where it starts. And what I
So
said,
when he's the PBA Player of the Year, he can thank us for
well,
giving him
I'm pretty
these
sure he
opportunities.
can thank himself
And
but,
us.
and us. We would be a huge reason for that. Just 10%.
Yeah, that's all. That's all we're asking.
10% of your earnings in the future for giving you this opportunity.
Zakatori going for 3 on lane 12.
Frame 6 of the first game.
Some strikes up there for the 22 and under division for the guys. Oh,
He looked a little slow off his hand. I think he got away with that with a 4-pin. He went straight to the face.
Yeah.
Really could have been nasty there.
Caitlin's up on lane 14, trying to recover from her open frame. She just needs a little bit more speed, I feel like, and to go maybe a little bit more up the back of the ball. Seems like her ball is just scrabbing on the lane, maybe to smooth it out, go up the back, and have more of an archy motion down the lane instead of so skid flippy. But I'm sure it's hard because it doesn't look easy out there at all. I think Zakatori has the coolest name ever.
You say it like it's one word.
I know, that's why it's so cool.
I know,
Zakatori.
but it's really
Everybody
2
say
words.
it, Zakatori. Oh.
Very close there. So let's have a look at Brandon Biondo here. Lane number 12, 7th frame, working on a strike. The only one playing the outside part of the lane.
And it's rolling. It looks like a critical fairy. Is that a critical?
It is a critical. He's got Brooklyn there, and I think that's going to be, I guess, his saving grace is if he misses a little left, it's going to catch that friction that's there.
Yeah.
It's just going to roll Brooklyn. It looks like he's only going to leave a 5-pin, Brooklyn 5-pin,
Yeah.
or maybe a 5-8. And you know, if he throws it pure, he's got a great look to the pocket. So it's going to be really interesting coming down the last few frames. And Russ here on lane 12 in the 7th frame
It's from
as
Sioux
well.
Falls,
From
South
Sioux
Dakota.
Falls?
I was going to ask you if you knew where Sioux Falls was.
South Dakota.
Yeah, I just told you. Should have waited on that.
And this is a huge shot for Russ right now.
Oh,
And he's just let the door
he throws it great, doesn't he?
swing open. Not that shot he didn't, but every other shot, yeah,
He's a great
He's
bowler.
a great bowler. You know, he's young too. He's
I
very
love
young,
his
18
favorite.
years old.
His favorite quote comes from his grandfather: "Winners make their own luck." I like that.
That's true. Zach Hattori
Zakatori.
is coming down the 7th frame here.
Such a great shot.
Ring in 10, and you know, he's not going to throw it much better for 9 than that
that's
shot
great.
right there. But a spare here will certainly put him with a little bit of distance between Russ, and that's what he's looking for.
We should take this time out for a little commercial break to thank our sponsors. What are some of the sponsors we have?
Yeah,
here?
we should certainly thank our sponsors, and they include Storm Bowling Products, High Five Gear, Turbo, 2-in-1 Grips, Bob's Business, Bowler's Journal, Foundation Frame, and USBC. So thank you to everyone. Also a big shout out, and we're going to have a chat to the manager of the bowling centre in the next game, to Jim Welsh and all his team here at Samstown
he's gonna
in
come
Las
in.
Vegas for everything that they've done. But we'll bring Jim in for a chat in the second game, and we'll see what he thinks of the EYT. But coming down the back end of the straight, we'll go over to the under 15 boys who are finishing off their 9th frame right now. Joe looks pretty comfortable there, striking on the left lane. They got a little light.
He's a good little bowler too.
He's a good little bowler. He strikes out for 240, so he's basically home.
Now,
It's really going to come down to Dee to the last frame here, I think, for
oh, Brandon's getting into it. Did you see that? That was a great shot. He wanted that real bad.
Messenger there from Brandon. We're going to see Greg here on the right lane. Really needs to make this 6-10 in the 9th frame. It's a crucial spare, and he's made it. It's made his job a lot easier going into the 10th, as we see Nicholas now needing to put some pressure. That was a great shot.
That
Yeah,
was
that's a great
awesome.
shot. I mean, he's going to need a lot of help.
He looks very focused.
But, you know, he's going to need a foul from Greg, but it has been known to happen. So mathematically still alive if Nicholas gets a double
Wow,
here in the
I
10th.
can't believe how great Russ throws it. He's just so nice to see. I seriously can see him out on tour in 6-7 years. He's going to be bowling against you, beating you.
I'll be retired by then. So it looks like now, depending on Nicholas, and again, Greg just needs to stay behind the line. But
This is pretty close too. In the 22 and unders, Zach Hattori missed a 10 pin to kind of mix things up a little bit.
okay, so now we're going to have a look at the under 20 boys. Now that the under 15 boys Nicholas has sealed his own fate with an open in the 11th for a 159. And coming down the back straight, we've got the 8th frame now completed. The boys stepping up to bowl the 9th frame. We have Bobby Phillips. He's basically the lone man here right now. If everyone strikes out, Bobby's out. So he's going to have to step up on lane 11 here and really throw a good shot.
Got a nice little crowd behind. This is nice that people hung around.
Oh, Dee, watch what you're doing. There's a roll 2 pin there in a crucial
I was
match.
admiring our fans that have stayed.
We
and
don't care
watched.
about them. We care about the people in front of
Yeah.
us. And Brandon goes with another Brooklyn. Like I said, that's going to be his best friend. Just a little left. He's going to go high on the Brooklyn side. Keep out of
Hey,
trouble.
it's 100%. That's what I say. I think Brandon's secure. I think he's going on to the next round for
yeah,
sure.
Brandon is going through with
Now
that
we
stroke.
have Leah here on 14, and Leah She comes and watches us sometimes when we're bowling out in Vegas and cheers us on.
Yeah, Leah's a really sweet girl. She's a great bowler.
Let me
Great
see who
physical
her
form.
favorite bowlers are. Oh,
Just before you answer that, we're just going to go and have a look at Zach Hattori here on lane 11. That's a crucial
that
shot.
was a great shot.
So now the pressure comes back to Russ, and we'll come back to that question in a minute.
Let me
Deandra.
just tell you
but we don't need to listen to it right
Leah's
now because
favorite bowler is me and Missy Perkin.
Russ is now stepping up. Crucial shot for Russ. Crucial shot. And does he high flush it? Yes, sir, he does. That is a great. Now, this is going to be a brilliant 10th
Wow,
frame.
yeah, this is very close.
Brandon gets to kind of maybe try something different, but he's in solidly here.
Yeah, or rub it in their face.
And he just goes light there. I mean, look,
He's got the speed going for him too.
certainly looking at the scores, Brandon has outstruck his compatriots there, but I can tell you that reaction-wise, it's not that great, Deandra. He has thrown a few Brooklyns in there, but that 260 is going to give him a lot of confidence to go into it.
Joe just shot 232 in the 15 and under division, by the way.
He's setting the pace. He's letting the other boys know who's boss down in the under 15s. Bobby Phillips now on lane 12 in the 10th frame,
This
under
is
20
really
boys. Absolutely dead nailed it. Boom.
Great shot.
Thank you very much, Bobby Phillips.
Brandon Viano still striking. And
So if we're going to cross over to the under 20 girls, just to have a quick look there in the bottom of the 9th frame, it would appear to me that she won't be very happy with this game. Alana Urich, she's looking to be the low bowler out there. We'll talk a little bit about the girls in a minute. We're going to switch back to the under 20 boys, and we're going to see Bobby Phillips.
Brandon Viano just shot 268 and beat up Athens pattern.
That is a high game. Maybe he would have saved that one for the last
I
game.
know.
But we're going to see Bobby now in the 11th, working on a double. This, not a must strike, but certainly a strike here would put a lot of pressure on the other two players left.
I love how intense everyone is. Everyone's really into it. They're really focused.
Bobby couldn't get that 2-pin to roll, so he's going to finish off with a game of 191 with a spare. That's going to force both Russ and
Yeah,
Zach
it could go either way.
to strike in the 10th. So he's given himself every opportunity. Here we have Russ needing this, and it looked well
It's out of
right.
trouble though.
So
Wow, it's really close.
it's really close.
It
So
come down to a football.
that means Bobby is now safe. Bobby can't get knocked out. He'll progress to the next game. So finish off this game here, Bobby's going to spare this for 192, 191. Now Russ must make this spare for any chance. He must make this spare.
Well, Zach still has to keep it clean.
Well, he must make the spare, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying, in order for that to happen. He's nailed the 2-pin in the face. Now Zach Hattori is going to need a mark and good count. Mark and a 9 is going to be a winner for Zach. Any open here, and he'll let Russ straight back in.
He's playing in front of the ball return. It's crazy. Not a lot of kids can do that.
Must spare this frame.
That was quick off his hand.
Oh, he's left himself a
it's all right.
3-6. Certainly no gimme on this pattern. Now Russ is stepping up here. I'm not sure I would. I think I'd wait, but Russ is going to get up there and finish his frame. A strike here will force Zach to get 9 on the fill.
I'm nervous.
It's a big 10th frame right here.
And then on the women's side here, I'll have to give you a quick update.
We have Alana. Alana's going to shoot 116 with a strike, and that'll be the end of it. And that's not what we wanted to see from Russ in the under 20 boys, leaving a 3-6-10. All but gifting Zach
Wow,
a final with a spare here.
It's not an easy spare.
Oh my goodness.
no.
And Zach has chopped it. He has
Was-
chopped the 3-6.
I thought he had it for sure.
174, 181, 191, 268. Zach Hattori will be going home.
I feel bad.
I must say, a shock loss there in the first round to see Zach go. Certainly.
I mean, any of these kids in the first round are there. You bowled a great tournament. Zach, thanks for coming out and bowling your first EYT stop, and hopefully we'll see more of you. And don't forget, when you make that junior team, give us a shout out.
So we're going to have a break here now after the first game and organise the lanes, and then we'll get right into the next game.